All right, cool. I am here with a very, very special guest. We are back. This is the Core Podcast. It's your boy, Mr. Marcello, and I am here with the beautiful, the gorgeous, the funny, intelligent.
You're gonna make me blush. Stop.
I spoke to her on TikTok Live. It's the first time I've met her properly. This is Married at First Sight, Kristina Goodsell. Wow.
Hey guys.
Nice to see you. You look absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you.
Even better in real life, may I add.
Really? Do you know
Yes.
I get that quite a lot?
I mean, gorgeous on TikTok Live, of course.
But this
I'm
is
feeling the energy.
Yeah, it's a vibe.
Very nice to meet you.
Yeah, so nice to meet you.
How was it getting down?
Yeah, fine. Absolutely fine. Was hot on the tubes, mate. I was like sweating.
It is
I
hot,
don't
yeah.
want to be getting fucking pit.
I feel you. Like, if the jacket comes off, it's a part of my seduction. I mean, it's
Yeah,
it's
we'll
hot
get
in
to
here.
that
It's hot in
later.
here.
It is.
So how's life? What's been happening with you?
What hasn't been happening,
Talk to
more
me.
like. So it's literally just been, it's been a whirlwind, it's been wild, it's been non-stop, it's been crazy. Like, I haven't been able to catch a breath yet. Like, I'm dying to get on a plane, get on holiday, mate, because I haven't had one since I went on my honeymoon.
Where's the first stop? Where would you like to go?
Magaluf.
Magaluf. I love Magaluf.
Me too.
I had a great time there.
Me too.
Shagaloof.
Mm.
Not really.
No.
Leave that to me.
Okay.
So, it's been 6 months since Married at First Sight.
Oh, what do you mean? It feels like it's been like 100 years.
Really?
What, since it was aired?
Since it was aired, yeah. 6 months.
Yeah.
I've recently come off 6 months, similar time as you came off Big Brother.
Yeah.
How was it like going from? Because I looked through your Instagram, I see you were a relatively like a normal member of society before. Do you know what I'm saying?
I'm a humble girl.
To then 200 and whatever thousand Instagram followers, all this love, all this attention. When I spoke to you first time on TikTok, I was in Cyprus. And I haven't watched Married at First Sight. I told you my mom loves it.
Yeah.
And I told her who you were, and she was like, "Oh my God, I love her so much."
Kristina.
And obviously, I hadn't watched the show, so I didn't understand where that love stemmed from. I've watched the show now, and I can see where that love stems from, which I want to talk to you about. But like, how was it going? Well, firstly, I want to know why you went on the show. Did you actually have pure intentions of finding a husband? Also, like, how have you found navigating your personal life, your life now being in the public eye afterwards the show? So let's start with why you went on the show and what you were actually looking for.
I wanted a husband. That's what I wanted. I wanted the nice, like, white house, picket fence, on a farm with golden retrievers, mate.
And have you like tried your hand, obviously, at finding it in the real world and not had much luck, or like how's it been for you?
Exhausting. It's just been so draining. Like, because I come from a really small town, like it's small town syndrome, and you know everybody knows everybody, everybody's been where everybody's been, and it's too much. So even like, so then I like started to branch out, like go a bit further afield. Nothing. Even the ones that live further away weren't interested. So I was like, do you know what? I was in a bit of a rut, was in a bit of a like, I was a shell of myself, really. And then it was my best friend, who was my bridesmaid on maths. She sent me the application form and was like, "Stina, come on, girl, this is your time." And I was like, are you kidding me? They ain't even going to look twice at me. And then literally 2 weeks later, I got a phone call. Couldn't believe it.
And they confirmed you 2 weeks after you auditioned? Or?
So I got the phone call of the initial, let's have a chat, we're interested, let's find out like everything about you. And then like the procedure just sort of went on from there. Like it was just interview after interview, phone call after phone call. Like, oh, it was quite thrilling.
Yeah, I enjoyed my process as well.
Yeah, I did.
It's really fun. And then coming out of there now, what's it like? Like, is there a big difference? You come from a small town, so everyone's probably aware of what you've just been through. How's that been?
It's been wild, having just people like just stop you in your hometown and asking for pictures, like congratulating me, like saying how proud, like for putting Bexhill on the map. Like that's quite a big thing for us. So I was like,
Bexhill.
Ting ting, I was quite impressed.
Okay.
Yeah, it was nice.
So when I first watched the show, I was very interested in my initial response to you.
Yeah.
Because you were like hyper confident.
Yeah.
You were the life of the party immediately. I could see it.
I was so drunk on that Hendy.
Oh, is that what it was? A few drinks? Because I noticed your energy levels were like through the roof. And I found it quite funny and actually like quite how would I call it? Quite like a beautiful thing to observe in who you are as a person. Obviously, the first introduction is you giving Reiki to the animals, which I found hilarious.
That was so
like, is that a real thing?
embarrassing. It is a real thing. And when I watched it back, I was like, mate, I look like a trollop.
No, but it's amazing. No, I love to see that. I thought it was so unique and so beautiful.
It's just me all over, running around after a sheep in the field.
And the sheep running away from you
mean?
as well. Like, I've had enough Reiki today.
Literally. But the goats were loving me. Like, they were all over me. The rabbits, the guinea pigs and stuff. So, like, I feel like it, just showed my kind, caring nature
100%.
and, like, just my passion for animals.
And healing, I guess. And
absolutely.
That's what I wanted to ask you about, actually. That whole Reiki thing that you do. Like, when did you get into that? Why did you get into that?
So, I got into animal Reiki. It was before lockdown, actually. This is how long we're going back now. I feel ancient saying that. But I've always been a horse girl, always been an animal girl. Like, it really stemmed from the horses side, really. Like, as soon as I could ride, I was riding. Like, don't... Sorry.
No comment. I'm on my best behaviour. I'm on my best behaviour, honestly. I can't afford another cancellation.
Sorry, that was me. Rewind. As soon as I could jump on a pony, then I was, mate. And I've had horses my whole life, worked really closely with, really good riding stables, whatever. And then I just I don't even know how I even stumbled across it. It was just wild. One of my old friends that I used to go horse riding with, she's a Reiki master. So she was like, look, I'm gonna be qualified as a teacher. Would you like to be my guinea pig, basically, of me teaching you? And I was like, hell yeah, I do, girl. So it literally just went from there. So I done my level 1, then I done my level 2, which was just it just goes up the ranks like anything. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, it just rocketed. I started up traveling around doing Reiki on obviously the sheep, but pigs. I tried on a chicken, you name it. I have tried it, but horses was my main thing. And then I branched out, then went to the dogs, and then that's when the dog walking business came in, really, I suppose.
Yeah, I think, when I first, because I actually love reality TV. I've just not really found myself watching maths, but I really enjoyed watching it, and particularly you. And I wanted to speak about, when you were first in that setting where you're meeting everyone.
Yeah.
And they go off and they interview the other contestants, personally. I can't remember her name. She was like, oh, that Kristina's a bit loud or something like that, along those terms.
Yeah.
But then what I noticed is that you elevated the whole energy of the crew, and eventually they were all just like you. And you literally gave them the confidence. And what I loved about watching you actually is there's a difference between someone that's just loud and joyous, or whatever you want to call it, and then someone who's like that but also is conscientious of who they're around. And I love the fact that when someone sat down, you'd be loud and bubbly, but you'd also be so tell me about you. And I think that was such a nice quality to see in you, and it started to make sense why my mum liked you so much, and the impact that you probably had on the viewers, because you got a massive following. And I just think it's just a testament to who you are and what you brought to the show. And it's quite rare to see that in people, because some people have got, I was going to ask you, because you're very confident, have you had a experience or background in drama or anything like that? Because you're unusually confident. Do you get what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing, don't get me wrong.
Do you know, I just think it, you saying that has made me question myself inside, because I look back and I think back then I wasn't confident.
So it might no, don't get me wrong, if I'm going to be completely honest, I noticed performativity. I could see a performance value, but I don't judge you that because anyone that goes on a show like that, there is an adjustment process where
it was
you're being yourself, but you're just uncomfortable in it. There's cameras everywhere. There's new
weird.
people.
It's a not normal situation to be in.
I did see that, but as I said to you, it wasn't a selfish performativity. Everyone's going to have an adjustment process. I noticed that there was also the beauty in it, which was making sure people are comfortable, making sure people are feeling as though they can speak about themselves, because in that environment, you are obviously aware that it's uncomfortable.
Yeah, definitely.
And even though, by what you just told me, you probably had a few drinks, you are uncomfortable yourself, you're adjusting to this mad thing, and you've still got the attitude, which is one of making sure other people are comfortable.
Oh, definitely.
And that's a very, very rare quality, and you should be proud of yourself for that. Because
I wanted to like make sure everybody else was okay.
You see it consistently throughout the show.
Yeah, before myself. And I think that was definitely, like, obviously now looking back, that was definitely my downfall.
So, okay. So what do you mean by that? It was your downfall?
I was worried so much about everybody else, and I just think I just lost myself.
In the show?
Yeah.
In what way?
Just like, I just think I was just very overwhelmed, very overstimulated, and I was on there to find my husband, and then when I thought I'd found my husband, and then obviously all the cracks like started to show and whatever, that was when my brain spiraled.
Yeah, that's a lot to. I mean, I couldn't do that. I think it's so intense. There was one part of me that was watching it, and like, I loved is it Ross?
Yeah.
I loved Ross a lot. As I got to know him more.
Yeah.
There's a scene when he's speaking to Kieran, I think you know what I'm talking about, and he's backing you, and I just thought it actually made me quite emotional. And I thought, like, that experience is so like, because you have to let your guard down, because you have to trust the experiment and trust yourself and trust the person you're with. Like, all the ego has to kind of like go out.
Yeah.
And it's like you're then doing that with a lot of people. So I feel like you would create quite a good bond with people.
Yeah. Those are the only people you got to rely on at the end of the day, because you, like, obviously with your experience, like, no phones, no phone calls, no seeing family or friends.
Oh, it's like that on there as well?
Oh, my God,
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Oh, wow. So, all right, that brings me to, I want to ask you, what did you write down on the application paper for the ideal man? What is your ideal man? I want to know.
My ideal man is the male version of me.
What does he look like? Like, I want to tell me a little bit about what the questions are asking you. If you
So the questions that were asked, it was literally like a full-on tick sheet. You could literally range from disability, language, race, like all sorts of diversity. It was so that like the equality rights were incredible.
Oh, wow.
Like, hats off to them. Like, one of the things that I really actually quite giggled at myself at is that there's like impairment. So like if they're blind, short, like, you know, can't see or whatever. And then there was the deaf one. And I actually ticked the deaf one because I thought, well, they can't moan at me for being loud because they won't hear me. It was awful. I felt really bad. But I'm just accepting. I'm so accepting of everyone and anyone that crossed my path.
So then, I mean, I heard at one point you said you would have preferred someone quite tall, right?
Yeah, I did.
So, all right, cool. You've gone through all that process. You're walking up the aisle. Obviously, Kieran's played that joke on you, which I quite like that, to be honest, in that situation. I mean, how did you feel? For anyone that doesn't know, Kieran, who was allocated to Kristina, played a prank on her and put in these goofy teeth and turned around to her on the aisle. Like, what was your, like, because you look flustered at that point.
Flustered?
Like,
oh my God, I was ready to hit the floor.
I could see it, but I wasn't sure if that was camera work, because like in that situation, I would have probably
that was like serious panic, Stina.
So yeah, you was panicking.
Yeah.
And you was like, raw, like, what have I got myself, what have I done?
I literally was like, I remember literally walking up. Me and my dad were already crying before like the curtains had even opened, and I was like, Dad, don't let me go, like, don't let me fall. Like, my worst vision was me going down that aisle and falling flat on my face. Like, you know, I'd had nightmares about it. And then when I saw him, I was like, well, the height's not there. Okay, let's see. And I remember looking at my best friend, my bridesmaid, stared at her like dead in the eyes, and I was like, "What am I doing?" And she was like, she nodded her head, and then that was the moment where I was like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna go for it."
All right, and then it's interesting. Your journey is so interesting because I've really just been into it. Like last 3 days, I've been watching it like in deep, and it's like so interesting, and it's like something I resonate with in a way because I've been with girls before where it's like sparks flying, and then all of a sudden like it extinguishes.
Yeah.
And you started so well.
I know.
And there was
I
you could feel
the energy,
the love, and he bought you the fleece
passion.
jumper, which was cute, and then you went off to Thailand. Sparks were flying in Thailand.
Yeah, it was nice.
All right, so this is what came across my mind. When you're in Thailand,
Yeah,
you're getting on so well.
yeah.
Like, what's going on behind the scenes? Because I see you keep reverting back to this kind of like feeling bad for the fact that you're sensitive.
Yeah.
The PMDD.
Yeah.
Like, but I never saw that in you. And it doesn't come up in the show. You don't ever come across that. Like what you were alluding to, what we saw on the camera, I never saw that.
Okay.
So it's like, what was going on behind the scenes? If you don't have to answer, but what was happening that we weren't seeing that made you feel almost like guilty for how you were feeling?
Yeah. Yeah. So I am really self-conscious of my PMDD, and especially having to come out in front of a whole new group of strangers that have never met me before, probably never even heard of PMDD before.
By the way, PMD, premenstrual dysphoric disorder. Okay? For anyone that doesn't know, like,
What?
I had to learn, innit? I had to learn.
I'm so proud of you.
Come on, but it affects.
I respect that.
It's the period before the period that you creates a lot of anxiety, heightened emotions, and it just genuinely fucks up your day, right?
Literally.
And that's for anyone, obviously, that's happening to you once a month, and that can be hard to deal with, especially when you pride yourself on being such a big, beautiful character.
Oh, it's hard.
You must feel the polarity of it when it really hits.
God, honestly.
But I never saw that in the show.
No, because I was too busy crying behind the camera.
Oh, you see, okay.
Yeah, it was really, really hard. Like, there were scenes where I was literally in the pits and I literally would have to come off camera every 2 seconds with my bloody teddy bear on my shoulder. Just be like, I can't even string a sentence together. Can't even get any words out. And I was like, I can't do it. That scene took so long. Kieran was really, really patient. He was.
Yeah, because I was a bit dubious about him. Like, ambivalent is the word. Like, I had two views of him. Like, one part was like, I didn't like him but then I was like, at least he's being honest.
Yeah,
he can't be that much of a bad guy if he's like trying to be as honest. At some point, I feel like he was like, to be honest with you, he was like, he's trying to do the pity party thing a little bit for me. Like,
your nip slipping.
My ex, the seduction. I'm joking, sorry. So one part of me was like, he's doing the pity party thing, like my ex, and like it annoyed me so much. There was hypocrisy because it was like, I hated it. It started to piss me off. This is why I watch reality TV, because it gets my emotions going. He'll be like, I've written a letter about everything to find out the dissimilarities between Kristina and my ex. And I can only find one thing: Christina's more outgoing. And then I'm like, that's fucking bullshit. Sorry for my language. But like, there's obviously going to be, like, you're not doing the right thought process if you're coming to that conclusion. And then the other one is like, there's various moments throughout the show where he's like, Christina's not like anyone I've ever met.
I know. And that was the hardest point for me. And I think everybody, like, we would literally cry together and be like, I've never met another girl like you. And I know I'm not going to meet another girl like you, but you are like my ex. And I'm thinking, wow, like, make it make sense.
Doesn't make sense. But I mean, I think he was trying to be honest, which I do respect. I mean, it's such a difficult situation.
Oh, it's hard. It is hard for any two people to be in that situation where you are thrown in. Like now, because obviously, like, so much has obviously happened and gone on since then. Like, looking back at it, I'm literally like, what the heck Do you know
was
what
that
I
whole
mean?
kind of like fiasco, like what in the whole experience?
Yeah,
Like,
just the whole experience. Like, I was just so
caught up in it.
I was so caught up in it. Like, I would like, you know, I'll say it till I'm blue in the face. Like, I was there for my husband, and that I was blinkered and I was blinded by everything,
So
and I wanted to make it work.
and like, do you feel like you're like that on the outside world? Like you meet someone that you like and then like throw yourself into it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so you need to find
Yeah.
someone who's like reciprocates that energy.
Yeah.
But then it's like love is such a
I
interesting...
wear my heart on my sleeve. What you see is what you get with me. You are like, I'm all or nothing. There is no in between, which is where I have struggled.
So I've got a quote here that you said.
Oh, God.
You said, I would choose animals over people.
Yeah.
Why do you feel that way?
Because, like,
what in life has made you feel that way?
Just like animals just give you the absolute world. They're so loyal. Like, I don't know, like they don't make you feel bad. You know, you don't get jealous. Like, you don't have any insecurities when you're around animals.
Kind of that pure love that you're looking for.
It is. It's just...
Are you still looking for that love?
Hell yeah.
You haven't closed the door and that experience hasn't tainted the way you view...
No, definitely not. Don't get me wrong. It took me like a good year to like get over the whole situation. But now, like, you know, I've been dating, like, you know, I love meeting new people. Like, I'm a massive social butterfly. Like, I just want somebody to love me how I would love them.
I feel you. And it brings me on to talk about Kieran's coleslaw.
Oh, God.
Like, what? Like, because I couldn't see the coleslaw. Like, how bad was it? And was that a genuine reason for not, like, being intimate with each other? Like, did that genuinely, like, create an obstacle between you two?
Yeah, it did. It really, really did. Like, the poor bugger, like, he had 3 on his, like, bottom lip at one point. Like, one would go and then another one would appear. And, like, it was so difficult for me because my love language is physical touch. So, like, you know, I love that. I have to be like touching you and
you've got all this
whatever.
energy and you want to give it to the person. Yeah,
I just want to squeeze you, but I couldn't go near him.
But I found it quite paradoxical that you were willing to accept, you know, 3 coleslaws and
still try.
He had issues with your PMDD. Like, immediately I was like, these two are not compatible in that sense, because you're willing to accept someone for everything and you've just met them and he can't even get his head around the fact that some days he's gonna have to be there for you, which is
it's just life.
It's just life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like, sorry, I'm looking at my notes because there's so much here. Like, I want to just get it all in. Like, I do think, like, you know, after the initial entrance into the show where you were quite energetic and I would say still being yourself, but there was, like we spoke about, you really sunk into your character. And for me, like, you were really, really likable. And I'm quite like, when I watch, I'm like, we're looking for something to dislike, but you were genuinely so nice and so likable. And it really came through really nice. So you should be really proud of yourself for that, because again, you're under such immense pressure.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, under pressure is when your mask comes off and you see the real characteristics. But it's like under more pressure, like even when like you'd be sitting there and like, for instance, I think I don't know how it was, but it seemed like the first time he mentioned the PMD thing to you.
Oh God,
and you were like, you were pretty much like saying that you're getting on, and then he was like, well, I'm not really sure if I can get my head around the PMD. Was that the first time you had heard that, or
No? So he had like we'd had a lot of discussion like off camera about the PMDD. We even like had a welfare day where we got like a laptop and I was able to actually like show Kieran like everything written down for what PMDD is, because he just couldn't understand how I was just the life and the soul of the party, to then sat crying in the corner, can't even cope.
So like
it's hard
for anyone that does suffer with PMDD, like what's your advice to kind of measure it and stay on top of it? Like what do you do to help yourself through?
Music,
yeah.
Music
Any
is my life.
specific type of music?
Anything.
My song.
Your song, obviously. I see your soul in your eyes, girl.
Thank you. For some
Right.
music.
Yeah,
Exercise?
music. Exercise, yeah, but you have to exercise in the correct part of your cycle. Like, if you really, really go into like a rabbit hole and delve deep, more than like like whatever, call it surface, whatever. Like, there's so many different phases and like so many different like feelings in those different areas. Like, you've got to literally program your body to know when you're in like each phase and accommodate around it.
Wow.
So like for now, so this now is like the perfect time for me to like do my exercising, to like, you know, go out and have a good time, like, because I'm good.
And like, because sometimes I look at life and I see like the yin and yang in it. Like, is there any like superpower side to like the PMDD? Like something that positive that it gives you? Maybe like in that time you become more introspective and maybe a bit more like you can figure things out a little bit better, or is there any like no plus side to it at all?
Unfortunately not. Like, no, you know, it just leaves you feeling like like you literally just don't want to be here.
Really, like that?
Oh my God, yeah.
And do you feel like coming out, because I know on your TikTok you use your platform to really support other women that are going through that. Do you feel like you've helped people like raising attention to it and like, you know, because it's nice to I don't want to say you're the poster girl for PMDD because you're so much more than that.
Thank you.
But it's also nice to have someone representing for the issue who's also got so much joy and love to give, as opposed to like someone who's defining themselves by the suffering.
Yeah.
You're showing that you go out there every day and you work through it and you turn a negative into a positive.
Literally.
And that's a beautiful thing. But you can see that running throughout your entire character. And there's times that it's really made me sad to watch you because, you know, you'd get this criticism and big up the therapist, I don't know her name, the blonde one on maths, like
Mel.
One time you were like, it's fine, like I get it, like, but and she was like, no, it's not fine, like, and I really loved that she said that because it must be hard for you, you know. It sounds like you've experienced that kind of battle before in previous relationships, and it must be hard because, you know, I think me and you, the reason I feel like we get along is because not that we're people pleasers, but we genuinely want to see people happy.
Yeah.
And it's like we don't want to be a burden on people.
No, definitely not.
And then in doing so though, you subjugate your feelings sometimes for the greater good.
Yeah.
And like recently I had a conversation with someone and they did tell me like, you know, that I said similar to you, I was like, it's fine, like what I've been through, it doesn't, I'm okay though. I'm still alright. And he's like, yeah, but your feelings still valid. You get what I'm saying? And that's something I'm trying to get in touch with as well. Was that a learning process for you as well?
The biggest learning curve of my life. The biggest. Like that was the turning point for me. I was literally like, whoa, like I am not normal. I am not okay.
In what sense I'm not normal, okay? I'm not okay. In the sense, in that moment, it all boiled over and you were like, I need to address these feelings now.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And do you feel like from me with Big Brother, I've actually walked away with like the most powerful life lessons I could have asked for.
Definitely.
Do you feel like you've come away?
Maths saved me.
Go on,
I genuinely would like not be here if it wasn't for maths, because I wouldn't have got my diagnosis. I wouldn't have got my medication, even though everything that I went on there for, I didn't get, but I came out with my life, which means more than anything to me.
Yeah, and I feel like as I was watching the show, like you did develop this like new era of confidence. And,
yeah,
like,
definitely.
You know, there is a quote I've got written here, which is like, I know my worth. I know what I deserve.
Yeah.
Like, did you feel like you found that confidence on the show and you were like, you know what?
Yeah,
I'm actually shining on this show. You know, I'm giving my all.
Yeah.
I'm not getting it back. And you know what? Fuck it. I'm still myself. I'm still going to do this. Like, I know what I deserve.
Yeah.
You feel like you found that on there.
Definitely. It was just such a pinnacle moment, and just something just switched in my brains. And like, even the producers were literally like, Stina, what's changed? Like, what's happened? What's gone on? Like, you're a new woman. And I was like, yeah, because I'm not standing for any more bullshit.
Good. And there's one thing that I have to like talk to you about because it annoyed me when I watched it. It was like, I fucking hated it. It was like, I asked her what would she prioritize, a husband or a career, and she said a husband. And it's like, bro, like, are you mad, bro? You're on the show looking for a partner. Like, what do you expect? But then it's like, that's when I didn't like this whole, like, that's when I started to dislike him, because I was like, now you're kind of like straying, and it's like, it's not making sense. It's like, the career goes without saying. Of course you're ambitious. Of course you've got your dog walking company. Of course you're a Reiki practitioner. And there's probably heaps of other stuff you want to do. That goes without saying. But I'm here to find a husband. And I'm trying to let you know that you will be my priority.
Yeah.
And then he goes, oh, but I wouldn't want my wife to make me priority. Yeah. You get in a relationship and your wife doesn't make you priority, and see how you feel.
Honestly, like, just hearing it, it's so strange, because like hearing it coming from, like, obviously your mouth, like, obviously after all this time, I'm like, bloody hell, Stina, like, wake up and smell the roses. Do you know what I mean? I was so naive.
No, but it's not about naive. It's just like, I would have been like, but that doesn't make sense though.
Yeah, but that's why I said to him, well, why are you here then?
Yeah,
and I remember.
Yeah, I remember. I know. I rate that.
Why are you here then?
I rate that. But then he was like, my girlfriend made me sit in the van with the dog, and I felt bad for him after that.
I know. Well, I felt horrendous, and
bad.
I said to him, I'd never make you do that.
But then maybe he should prioritize his wife. He won't be sitting in the van with the dog. Do you get what I'm saying, bro? It's all there.
It was just the biggest roller coaster, like, of emotions from every single angle. Let's put it that way.
I think I've got written here.
Go on.
You were a great listener and a great character on the show.
Thank you.
I think at every step of the way, it was amazing to me, because you just handled yourself so gracefully, like, and it was just like.
Do you think?
Yeah, 100%. Not a moment where you didn't lose your head once. Like, you're under immense pressure.
Are you kidding me?
You didn't lose your head.
I did.
What, with the golfing?
With the golfing.
That pissed me off as well. That shaft. Do you know what? I'm not just saying it. I read that whole situation way before I knew you vocalized that was annoying you. I was like, you should not be making these jokes. You should be, like, by her side, at least, like, spending some time with her.
Because he hadn't, like, we hadn't spoken at all. Like, we literally hadn't spoken. And this is where, like, because obviously I had the partner swap with Ross, and, you know, Ross and Sash, they were solid, you know what I mean? And, you know, it's obviously a little bit controversial now, I've got to be careful what I say, but, like, at that moment in time, like, he was doing things for Sash that Kieran wasn't even blinking at me, do you know what I mean? And that gave me a huge wake-up call.
Yeah, you could sense.
There was so much animosity between us.
Oh,
it was
really?
horrible. You could cut the tension with a knife. I did not want to be there. And the worst thing was...
How long... Sorry to interrupt you, but how long into the show did you start to feel that way?
It took me a good, like, 4 weeks. To really go. Yeah, to really, really go.
Because I love the fact that at the end... Sorry... Spoiler alert, but you both did the leave thing.
Yeah.
I love that from you, because if you did stay, I would have been like, oh, for God's sake, man. But you did the leave, and I was like, good girl, like, stand up for yourself. Like, this guy's not right for you.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not being funny, but he's punching big time. Big time. I'm not even apologizing, but he knows that. He's punching. No, I don't. He's punching, bro. Big time.
I've just had a glow up. I've just really found myself, like, I'm really grounded. Like, I know what I want. I know what I deserve. And I look good doing it.
Exactly. Amazing. So, you're a raver?
Hell yeah, baby.
Like, how long you been raving? Like, talk to me about that.
Too long. Like, honestly, festivals have, like, again, like, just music is my life.
Your outfit, by the way, when they introduced you in that raver's outfit, really nice. But I was cracking. I was like, I swear I kissed this girl before. Joking.
Mate, probably. It wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, literally, like, yeah, just music is music. I'll take music over anything any day. Like, the feeling that I get, like, I'm a huge empath, and I think that's why I really resonate, like, with a lot of music, because I get the feel so deep inside, and I am brought to tears.
Your outfits throughout the show were extraordinary, by the way. Definitely the best dressed.
Oh, behave yourself. I weren't the best dressed.
By a long shot, are you mad?
I was
not.
Who's better? I was not there, honestly. The girls were...
When you put on the shoulder thing now, I thought, this girl's
now,
going
see,
in.
Now there's a story behind that one.
Go
so
on.
Obviously, like, we knew we were leaving at that point. And I was like, Stina, you got to go out with a bang, queen. Like, and Kieran had actually bought me, because he felt bad for me. He bought me an ASOS voucher. I think he bought me an ASOS. He bought me an ASOS voucher along with some other like nice bits. And I was like, I'm going to use this ASOS voucher to get a cracker-lacking like outfit. I think I pulled it out the bag.
No, you look
mate.
great. That's one of my
That was
favorite
my
looks on you.
revenge dress.
Your hair was slicked back like that. It looked really nice.
Kim K vibe, like Lady Gaga, whatever you want to say.
And I've got I like to do this with all my guests, just to delve into your personality. A few questions for you.
I'm ready.
Favorite designer brand?
I'm not a designer brand girl.
Favorite brand, fashion brand, whatever you wear. Like, do you have a favorite brand that you like to wear?
I got Ego, Sorel.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything bright.
Yeah.
I just type in orange, blue, green, and it's there.
By the way, for everyone watching, this is not planned.
Yeah, this is actually not planned. Orange shoes as well, and orange toes.
Really cool. All right.
And orange nails.
Answer these honestly. Don't give me like. All
right, I'm trying.
I'm gonna be wifed up. I want to be wifed up.
Okay, yeah, go on, tell me.
Home cooked dinner, or a meal out at a fancy restaurant.
Oh, meal out.
Yeah. Cinema or Netflix and chill.
Both.
No.
Netflix and chill.
Netflix and chill.
Yeah.
This is random.
Go on.
Dogs or monkeys?
Oh, do you know, I love monkeys.
Me too.
But it's got to be dogs.
All right. The greatest husband.
Yeah.
Or a dog that will live as long as you do.
Oh, my God. Now, my heart dog, like my darling dog Bella, not mine, one of my clients that I literally had for years. When she passed away, I thought my life had ended. She passed away and then I went on maths. And if it wasn't for her passing away, then I wouldn't have gone on maths because I just love her so much. But if Bella, shout out to Bella Stevens, if Bella could live as long as me, then I'd choose Bella.
Okay.
Or my pony, or my old pony.
So you're going with the dog option, like a lifelong dog, as opposed to like a husband who might pop off at 60. Yeah,
baby.
Chinese or Indian takeaway?
Or Chinese, baby.
Yeah, as long as the Peking duck's hanging in the windows. That's a good sign. Okay. Love Island or Big Brother?
Big Brother.
What's your favourite movie?
Oh, too many. Quick fire. Like, I love... Come on, Stina, what do I love? I'm obsessed with... There's too many. Give me an option.
Well, my options are very nostalgic and somewhat childish. I like Hook and Nightmare Before Christmas.
Okay.
I'm quite a Christmassy guy.
Yeah, so I love, like, Peter Pan was my go-to when I was younger. The Last Unicorn. Have you ever?
Know that. Well,
no, okay. The Last Unicorn. But, like, I love, like, the rom-com. So, Green Mile is my favourite.
Yeah, I love that movie.
Green Mile. Yeah.
I love that movie.
Lieutenant Dan, you got no legs. No, that's Forrest Gump.
Yeah, I was like, I don't recognise that quote. How much of that you drunk?
Not enough.
On the subject of that, what is your favourite drink? I actually know the answer to this, but...
Oh, go on. What do you think it is?
Pornstar Martini.
Pornstar Martini. Blue AU vodka.
Oh, yeah?
Hell yeah, baby.
I'll bring that next time.
Okay.
Nando's or Wagamama's?
Nando's.
Nando's, yeah?
Hell yeah, chicken girl.
I'll have to take you for one of them. Look, what is in the future for Stina, Kristina? What are you planning? What's happening? I know you're doing your dog walking. What else? What do you see for yourself in the future?
So again, because I was so focused on finding a husband, I didn't have a chance to think about my career because I just thought I was going to go to wherever like my husband was and then just do like dog walking, like set up my dog walking business from there. But now thinking about it, it's taken me a really, really long time to sort of decide what I want to do. And I've been really, really picky. Like I haven't just sort of said yes to anything. So, obviously PMDD is like the hugest thing. What are you doing?
I'm just getting comfortable, sorry. A bit nervous.
Do I make you nervous?
Yeah, you do.
In a good way or bad way?
In a good way.
Oh, funny. Get yourself together, for God's sake.
So, go on.
Yeah, all right. So, do you need 5 minutes?
No, go on. You're going to laugh in a second. Go on.
Oh, great. Can't wait. What were we saying?
So, your career.
Yeah, my career.
Future.
So, yeah, definitely like women's health, promoting, being that loud voice for the
Good.
girlies that haven't got the loud voice. I'll be as loud as I can.
Good.
Like, you know, I really will continue that. But
Loud and considerate, by the way.
loud,
Which is
yeah,
a nice
definitely.
collaboration of
Yeah,
qualities.
definitely. Just really empathizing with women like me.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so I'm actually in talks at the moment with a really, really gorgeous girl who designed my outfit for the last festival I went to, and I want to have a Stina festival rave.
Oof. I want backstage.
No, what do you mean?
VIP.
No, clothing. I want my
It
own
was a festival, man.
No, I wasn't.
I
Could
still
you
want
imagine?
backstage. What do you mean? With the girls in there.
Oh yeah, with the girls. Oh yeah, let me just check out your outfit. Does it fit?
Exactly. All right, you've been absolutely amazing today.
No, I don't want to finish.
No, but I've got to do something.
Oh, fuck, you're gonna propose?
Kristina, you've been one of my favorite guests on this show. You're absolutely gorgeous, even better in real life.
Oh my god.
Will you marry me?
I do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know, you should eat it or put it on.
No, put it on.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's the first time I've done this.
Is it? Get your
Is it
practice.
romantic?
Well, I don't know. Your girl is wife.
I had to. Kieran, you fucked up.
Oh my god, thank you so much. What the heck?
You're welcome.
I really appreciate you,
Pleasure.
honestly.
That's why I was getting nervous before.
Is
I was like,
it? I thought, I was like, are you?
Nervous.
I was like, are you right?
Let's get ready to propose, girl. Come on.
Yeah. Wow, I'm impressed.
Anyway, look, it's been an absolute pleasure having you.
Buzzing. Thank you so
Honestly,
much for
carry
having
on
me.
just being yourself, representing for your people, for your cause,
Yeah.
and just shining your beautiful light all over the place. You know what I mean? I said to you first time we spoke, I had the best TikTok live with you.
Yeah. That was like your first one, wasn't
It was
it?
one of my first ones. Well, not my first TikTok live, it's my first battle. But just speaking to you, you know, your charisma, your charm,
magnetic.
Confidence, gorgeous.
Thank
and I wish you
you.
all the best. And we're going to be seeing each other. I'm a raver too.
Hell yeah.
I expect to see you in some field, half unconscious. I'll give you some water.
Great. Oh, love you, man.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Honestly, that was great.
You enjoy it?
Yeah, that was so good.
My pleasure.
Can I eat this ring now? With your nose.
Oh, I got a present for you. I forgot to give it to you. Fuck's sake. I got too caught up in the engagement thing.
Oh.
Oh, the cameras are still rolling anyway.
Oh, are they?
Yeah. Guys.
Oh, yeah, sick.
Got that. The cameras are still rolling. So, look, I make these t-shirts. These are hand-drawn by me. I want you to pick one that you like.
Yeah. Hand-drawn?
I hand-drawn them, yeah. Hand-drawn. All by me. That's a Walter White. I don't know if you watch Breaking Bad. You got Mac Miller. I don't know if you're into Mac Miller. Or you got Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah, it's going to be Pierce Brosnan.
That's for you.
Thank you so much. Oh my god, and it's orange.
Yes, you're very welcome. All yours.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Pleasure. Thank you for coming down. I really appreciate
thank
it.
you so
Really,
much.
I do.
I see a soul in your eyes, girl. I'm admiring you inside out.